Hi guys, welcome to this module in Power BI. In this module, I want to show you the difference between SUMX and SUM. So I've created a little table here with three items on it. So you've got quantity and price, and basically if you do one times the other, you'll just get 5. So the total amount would be 15. So that's what the answer is, 15. But when you do the sum function, it basically just adds up these columns, individual columns. So that would say 3 and that would say 15. So if you did a multiplication, so this would say 1 times 5, 5, 5, 5. So the profit would be, or the total would be 15. But if you did it at the bottom, 3 times 15, that would be 45. Now I'm going to demonstrate that in an Excel spreadsheet so you can see what I'm talking about. So I've got exactly the same list here. So if I just do a quick formula, equals that times that, tick that, and then pull that down. So that's just going to say 5, like I've just mentioned, 5, 5, 5, 5. And then if I add these up, so if I do alt equals, which is the key command for sum on that one, and then pull that across, pull it across, not drag it across. So I've got 15. So far, so good. 15 is the answer. So if I add up this column, it should be 15. The answer should be 15. So at the moment, that is correct. But if for some reason I decided to just pull this down, I would get 45, which is not correct because it's doing this sum. So it is actually, you want to add up that. So that is what the SUMX function would do. It would give you that figure. Whereas if you just use the sum function, it would give you the 45 figure, which is incorrect. Now, if I come back into Power BI and go and create a visual, so a table visual. So there's my table visual. And then I'll add price, not price, quantity the other way, quantity, and then price. So I've got the 3 and the 15 there, because that's doing the sum of those two, 3 and 15, 3, 5. So that's okay. But now if I do a measure using the sum function, you're going to get the 45 answer. And then if I do it with the SUMX, you should get the 15 answer, which you will get. So new measure, I'll just leave it as measure 1, and then I'll do the sum function. So sum, now it's looking for the name of the table, which is test down the bottom here, it'll be. So quantity times, in fact, hang on, close the bracket on that one, times sum down the bottom there, price, close the bracket on that one. So that should give me 45 if I add it in over here. So I'll call that measure, just left it as measure. So that gives you the 45, which you know is the wrong answer. So what you need to use is the SUMX function. So if I just get another measure, new measure, I'll leave it as measure 2. This is going to be the SUMX function. Open the bracket. So this one needs a table, which is called test. I can just type test rather than scrolling all the way down. Test. Then it has a comma. And then your arguments are, you open the square bracket, quantity. So quantity, this one, times square bracket price. So this one will give you 15, which is the correct answer. If I just add that measure in, measure 2, that's selected, select that, measure 2, and that gives you the 15. So that's why you can't use the sum function in some occasions. So for the first two it was okay. but not now. Now if I click down here and do another table and do item, quantity, quantity and price, you see you get that there. And again, you don't want to be doing 3 times 15, because that'd give you 45, which is a wrong answer, because it should be just 15. If you're doing the times, it would just be 15. So if I go back to the table, you basically are using, let me click on it, you're using SUMX if you want to do a calculation row by row. You're using the sum function if you just want to add up a column, total the column, total the column. So this is called an aggregate function. The sum function is aggregate, and the SUMX function is a row by row function, iterative.